Hello and welcome back to Zero Escape. And again, apologies for the last part of for the length of the video. But yeah, hopefully maybe in this part we'll be able to beat the game finally. We're getting pretty close, so I have faith in us. Now I do not remember anything of what I was doing. Steel cabinet, there's nothing in here anymore. So... oh, right, you gotta click on this. Steering wheel's already in there. Want to get the puzzle no shot. Keep... oh yeah, that's right, I have to, this... oh yeah, that's right. That's right, it gives you a puzzle. Now this, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do. 6... can I use... yeah, I don't even know what this is. This is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indications left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are filled. Doesn't that seem likely? So wait, did I... wait, what? Wait, excuse me? What? So wait, did I do something right? Did I do one of them right? Why is it progressing? Hey Junpei, something been showing up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks like the last one. Yeah, but there's more red balls you can't move. Numbers for each of the areas are different too. Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one though. Sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyways, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Words? Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut your mouth. At least I'm trying, right? Sure. So... I mean, I really don't understand what this is. Like, what we're trying to do. I guess we're trying to get the... use these numbers to get the combination to... or to the digital root of that specific number. Yeah, then why in the world did it... damn it, I just don't get this. Rules are displayed on the screen. Maybe I should read it again. Yeah, what in the world? So did I actually... I don't understand. Maybe you just have to get one right? It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know how I got the first one down. Well, I don't know. Here. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Who? Yeah, 2, 3, and 5. 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Thank you. The power of the internet is quite amazing. Okay, let's put in the emblem of a secret code. Damn, this puzzle looks like a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should be able to double check it? Come on, the 3rd time... it's the 3rd time I've done this. I'll be fine. So, you can't think of anything clever. Please don't strain yourself, you might hurt something. Shut your mouth! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. Okay. So, 4, 5, 7. 268. And sorry for basically cheating. Wait, what? Oh, I don't know. Man, sorry for basically cheating. I don't want to spend hours on trying to figure this out. I'm not good at number-based puzzles at all. So, yeah. Anyways, excellent work, Junpei. Only got one left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Actually, I can't see it at all. Haha, that was a blind joke. The only empty indentation is the one with the waffle pattern. Why do I keep pressing that button? Also, wait a minute. What in the world? Yo! I didn't even realize that. So this is the path to the true ending. That's crazy. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that we got going on here. Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of a coffin into the indentation. That's the fourth one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Right? Alright. I'll solve it in no time. 2457. They're saying to leave a 9 empty. Huh? It says leave a 9 empty. Sure, it's not. What? You lie! What? It's 2457. Oh. Dummy. Okay, there we go. Huh? Where'd that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Yay, way to go, Junpei! You answered all the questions! Damn, Junpei, good job! Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard it as well. From the bottom of the left corner of the desk, I believe. Nyacha! What the?
A picture?
Oh, it's the other members, isn't it?
What the?
Yep.
What the hell is this?
This man with the mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found.
Wait a minute,
in the
what?
captain's quarters.
I didn't even realize that.
He had the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat.
It's a knife man.
He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit.
Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well.
And they're in the hallway of the ship.
Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
Well, the staircase, but you know.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
The other side of me.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
That's right, they haven't learned that in this path.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, I would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember
Oh,
what
shit.
happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
I mean, he was a cop. He was... Yeah, we should already know this. He was a cop, and he had, he was investigating these guys.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet-talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried, no doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding, my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame, flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. Then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. I'd wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. It made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. Now, what the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top. There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
Wait a minute. Oh, that must be Seven. Santa, sorry.
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of it, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
Rope? Oh, the bed sheets.
Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Is that Ace?
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name
Hongo.
was Gentaro Hongo,
Yep.
the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet, 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me. No!
So wait a minute.
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in...
I mean, I don't understand why he would run into the incinerator.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. I went to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door, but the one on the right was familiar.
It was a numbered door.
Black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. You were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! I didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast. We went round and round and round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Really?
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name in the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? Got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Oh my god.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator.
What the fuck,
Before we could even
dude?
blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Warning.
What the fuck, dude?
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right now.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really, really scared! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Wait, what? What are we doing back here?
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. Think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
But if Akane is supposed to be the same Akane that's here, then who the hell is she?
Hey, are you sure?
And what about the other kids? And how is Seven even here now?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Was it? But that kid had white hair, or gray hair.
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
So wait a minute. Is everyone here a survivor?
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Wait. What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project.
Yeah.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
Huh.
That's why he killed them.
But then, if that's the case... Well, I guess he would need the amount of participants to be able to have it work, but still...
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
Oh, the water. It
Must
must
be
be
6
rising.
a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New materials been added to the file screen. Okay. Card 0. Card with the 0 in the middle of it. 0. 0. God damn it, Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Oh, man. So, can we get out of here now? Alright, let's just swipe this card. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah. Now let's get the heck out of there. Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have much time. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Oh,
I think the shaking stopped.
So, apparently if I move the thumbstick, it skips those cutscenes. Learn something new every day.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
God, things are getting
Incinerator.
crazy.
So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go.
Santa.
What
June.
the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
Hungo.
I took the gun.
Ace.
And he's back.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this... 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate,
seriously.
This game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening?
Huh?
One more time. Now open! No! What is this? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it open? Now!
Hell yes, 7.
No!
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it.
Good shit.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. Alright. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki.
Man, time must be, like, slowed down a lot in this universe, because these long-winded explanations of everything takes forever.
Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought it. But his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the Red. Verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Yep.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world.
So that's why that was there originally.
Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
So that's how he even knew he was there.
0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning, then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
It's so crazy.
That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Yep. But again, why risk the lives of all the people that escaped beforehand?
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... Nah, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
Really?
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Huh?
Save someone?
June?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What?
What?
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the Morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic.
Huh. And I'm sorry for not speaking very much, but honestly, I'm just entranced.
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
That's right.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphogenetic field. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like a upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people in the river's source, in the past, will never know about the downstream in the future. But people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows alongside the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphogenetic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the road, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter in the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0, not yet, perhaps. You could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. What in the hell? Where did she go? June? No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover? Oh shit.
Freeze.
What? Oh shit. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having the gun on his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take the gun off him for a minute, huh? Is he? Ace isn't putting up with any kind of fight though. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. Drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go for that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone, but he does seem to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
You mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Yeah.
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit. We gotta do something. Maybe we can still get through the 9 door. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we could do this. I just gotta... No, that's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open that door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey! No need to be ripping out pages like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright. At least Seven's got it away from her. Maybe now I can look at what she was writing. Let's see.
What?
There's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she's figured that out, though. Man, this is too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
No.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa. Where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that, but... Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he doesn't have much confidence.
Dad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
Hell yeah.
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see that you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace?
Yep.
I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot?
Yes, that is what I said.
Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
I guess it's not out of the question. Shit. If we can't get through that door, then we can't get out. Yes, we can. The metal gate that, or the thing that, 7 came through in the past. We can get out from there, maybe. The walls are too high. No way in hell that we can get for that hole that Seven popped out 9 years ago. Okay, never mind then. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. But it's not. I was watching. I watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrum I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears came mine. My mind, my consciousness, was inside of him. Through the morphogenetic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 years ago. A bomb had gone off the ship that we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonance event melted into him, and we became one inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years into the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in two realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as two movies, showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it became difficult to separate them and determine which movie was which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was what my brother, Aoi, he was yelling. I followed him. Around me, 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys was in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. "I want to go home," she cried. "I want to go home." Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since the Nonary Games began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light had started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. Oh. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension, only a few minutes before it was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them. We found them in the chapel, split into 2 groups, and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that means only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic, as if things had not gotten bad enough already.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother, Aoi, swallowed hard and answered,
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room, and everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening, a mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would all call him Seven.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like Seven had said it before. The 4 of us who had strayed behind were saved by Seven. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hole. We came out of the other side of door 9. On the wall, opposite of the door, set double doors. We went through those and began to run to the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the others who gone for door 9, before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering on each other. We ran, and we ran. We leapt through as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upwards like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced to my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, I had dropped it when we slipped out. I had to go back, I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would have stopped me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to the other side of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as it ran past me, up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight and ran. Moved as quietly as I could, down and down, down. Finally, I reached the bottom of the deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran towards the stairs and freedom, the door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hungo. Kentaro Hungo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners on his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hungo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity in his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hungo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hungo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
And suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother, Aoi, burst out of it. Behind him, Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried. He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hungo.
You came back!
I cried out. But then,
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hungo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me into the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the door to open the number 9 door. The force of it flew me into the The force of it threw me into the floor. I scrambled to my feet, looked towards the open number 9 door. Hungo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hungo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hungo glanced at me maniacally, his face registering that there was an object there, not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared in the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all. He walked past me, as though I was nothing but a rock on the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 doors slid. The 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with number 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man. I knew what it was going to say, but it was still a hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it.
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
what kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Just making sure.
Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure that...
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor. It's moving. What? What in the world is that? A computer? What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down from my face. I wiped them off, even as, more than our place, forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see in this screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but it still kind of drives me home. Okay, Junpei, calm down, alright? Everything's going to be okay. Gah! Man. I wish that this thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's got to be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Yeah! Hey! We're all tense, lady. Doesn't mean you have to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure. I'll just push buttons. Sure, that'll... What? Huh. Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's going to pop. My heart was pounding, like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. My mind was gone. Couldn't get any more information from him. Felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
I was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window and the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hungo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do.
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Hungo? His laughter muffled by the door, but it was still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hungo, staring, struggling to hold back my tears.
you're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty, you see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hungo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face of my bracelet showed the number 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with a 9 on it. I grabbed the red and pulled the handle against the scanner panel. Huh?
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I heard Hungo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
Jesus Christ, man. His horrible laugh echoed through the room. And even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I couldn't feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back into the vise. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts. All I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating. My blood was boiling from my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared from my chest, as if it would pound itself into pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hands around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy gave me. At least I had that. I held it tightly with both my hands and prayed.
Help me, Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake had an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear, I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He was waiting in the room, of course. But I heard it so clearly. It's like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
That's her. She's there. Then, that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in the incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what sentiment.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At least I finally understand what all this means. I know why the Nonary Games was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All for this plan. To be led into this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. There's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki is... She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No. She's trying to save herself right now. That means there's only one way for me to do this. Even if it's some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
The voice shook as I answered. It was hot in this room. I felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart would burned with the feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap at you, but there's more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, okay? Now, let's get a look at this thing. We have numbers all over this grid. I think the panels here are out of order, so I just need to switch them out, okay? Starting at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I just have to try.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Holy shit. I have somewhat of a clue that's going on, but I really don't. Okay. Calm music, huh? How does this work? What? Hint. 4? What? What is... Oh, these are hexadecimal. No wonder. Oh god. Oh man, I don't know how to do this. Okay. Let's see if we can't get this. What? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Three goes here. When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switched out the yellow squares. The square at the bottom. Why does it stay blank when I press hint? Huh? Not sure what that means. Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off, and there's some special meaning to them being 2 modes? What could it mean? What if I flip the hint off? All the empty spots look like the one in the bottom right. Does that mean they're supposed to match? Maybe I need all the numbers in the squares to be the same. If I switch out the yellow square, numbers will show up and the hint changes too. It looks like the numbers are affected by the adjacent square. For example, when I switch out 3 with 5, the hint number increases by 2, but the hint just adds the surrounding number. The hint displayed what the adjacent yellow squares add up to, so most of the numbers should be a digit of 2. But each square only has a single digit. Must be calculated in a different way. Digital roots? If they're digital roots, always end up as 1 digit. Okay. Let's try this. Oh boy. So... Wait, what? Hold on. Does that actually matter? add numbers. There are letters here too. Wait, haven't I used letters as numbers before? A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12. Maybe I need to replace the letters with numbers. I think I got the gist of the puzzle up top. I just need to make all the digital roots the same. But what numbers? Switching out the squares affects all the hints surrounding it. Wait, but one square doesn't get a hint number. 9th spot at the bottom. Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside? So the 9th square is a different rule. If I only knew what number goes here. Dude, I'm looking at a hint and even I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to make the numbers correct, but the thing is that I also have to spell out something at the bottom. Where's... You know what, how about we... Because I need to... Oh boy. Here, I need to just do this. So... I don't know why I grabbed that one. Basically, I need to spell out password, is what I'm getting at. Why am I grabbing that? Seriously. There we go. Okay, so I have password here. Now I need to get the numbers correct. 3. Okay, so that 7 and that 3 needs to move. I got it! Okay, sweet. That is like stupidly complex. Password? What? The password is password? Or... I guess so. Oh no, it was talking about the numbers. Wait, what? But oh no. I didn't pay attention to the numbers. Oh shit. Oh god. Wait, are you kidding me? The password's just 9? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Okay.
Yes, that's it.
No fucking way, dude. Holy shit. Dude, that's fucking clever. That's actually really fucking clever. Okay, fine. I'll give it to you.
Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did!
And I copied everything Google did. Thanks, Google!
Now I just have to press enter!
What the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Holy shit.
Ah! Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying, enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm glad. I'm so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No. I don't have time to be thinking about that shit. I need to tell Akane.
Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped my tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over to the corner of the floor. There was 2 bracelets Ungo left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give to someone who just saved your life, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Shut it.
Right. Okay. So, maybe they have a reason to be pissed off at me. So, what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright. Nothing's holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration
What?
will begin in 90 seconds.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got the right numbers on the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Oh my god. Wait, of course. Huh? That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. The number of the door isn't 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. We just have to put in the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I don't have much time! Man, I hope they can just trust me. This one, or we're all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify?
Who?
What company?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Oh shit, we're cutting it close.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Holy shit.
Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been.
Ooh, buddy. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. Right, they have to find the dead. And there goes the door. No, don't calm yourself down yet. You're not done. You still gotta find the dead.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy could sure laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face into his chest and cried again. Cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart, my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they could go, held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body what seems to be like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet began to count down to death. I left away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead, only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to it and scan all the bracelets. I left one Hungo's dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective, who we'd call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance, their eyes wide and mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Always right. It's time that we get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise. They nodded. We took off running, spiraling staircase to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Huh?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
And how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
How are they talking so well when we're running up the stairs? It's amazing.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
That was a Q?
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me, but I'll get thunder thighs in no time. I swear, any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Damn, every bath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe it's a short rest. No, I can't stop. I don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more stars left. Let's run. Run like a bullet being driven down a barreled rifle. Like a tornado cutting through the sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Ugh. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Please do.
Sure. You look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're going to open, and you're gonna open now. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy. Felt like it could melt. My heart was at peace. Not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us could have been kidnapped. We're finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. At last I cried. Its last cry echoed throughout the ocean, and then it was gone. Oh, he whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. It was only a prologue. Or to what happened 9 years ago. Yes, finally, air. Gah. Damn, the sun is bright. I can barely see anything. Huh. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You've got to be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
What the hell? Nevada? Wait a minute. What?
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
Yeah.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
What the hell? Sure enough. That's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you, but boy, am I ever confused. I don't think I'd ever be so happy to see a sunrise. Uh-huh. Did I just hear something fall? The bracelets. Right, our bracelets. I guess I never really got a good look at the underneath of one of these. Let's see what's inside of you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that looks like it was a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with? What? Figures.
Akane.
What the hell?
Jumpy.
Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. What in the world? So... But... Dude, my mind is blown. Is there more? I mean, I understand this was the true ending, but... There's just some things I just don't understand. So... From what I understand... Everything we kind of know is more or less a lie, but what? So June was never there. Was June just a figment? No, that couldn't make sense either. How would they have opened certain doors, but... And how would everyone else... Oh, man. My brain hurts. Like, pieces of me understand it, but pieces of it I don't. So that was a very small end credits.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and...
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned.
Ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it here for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in. And now, we are screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are squeezed in the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why didn't you drive? Why'd you get Clover to drive? She's like the youngest one, isn't she?
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
Oh, bullshit.
He doesn't have an international license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
Hell
The car
yeah.
Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
So, June is
Then we've
there?
got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Oh, almost dropped my controller. Huh.
Sure thing.
Oh, shit! God damn! She didn't have to drive so fast! Man, I don't think like a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple of hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
What the fuck, people? Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran to the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
Good shit, guys. The policeman and I headed to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
Couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole of his mouth where the tooth had fallen out. Oh god, I didn't even realize he had lost a tooth.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
'Cause he's a badass, that's why.
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Hell yeah, fuck those guys.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
What? Well, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Oh. Ha! Nice. Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just looked empty. No emotion. Looked like he had just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
Could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
Oh, here we go with Carl Jung again. I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time to put the tape back on.
Alright, so what's your second question?
And I wanted to know more. But I guess I understand. Though the links are way too extreme for something like that.
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
The next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing.
Yeah, we never found her. We even found the coffin, but nothing in it.
What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine. I'll let you talk. But you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it. at the root of a peculiar plant.
A plant?
My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigal, of the family Solanaceae.
What does that mean?
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create soap.
Oh.
Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Huh. Shit. This is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out of his arm towards me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much?
Huh.
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay.
Huh.
So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell into June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you.
Aww.
I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of the evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the light of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphogenetic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Huh. Alright, let's say that's some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyways, but Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all? There is one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Are you serious?
What? Hmm?
Huh? Who's that? What the hell? Alice? The burning gaze of the Nevada's sun pounded down over her head, and the desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on the shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and thumbs up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. What? What? The hell? What was that ending? Spike Chunsoft, how could you do this to me? Would you like to save? Yes. Huh. So, what? What? Well, I guess that's the end. But... So... Alice was... June, or... Oh man, I don't know if I'm overthinking or what is going on. What in the world? Oh man, I'm gonna... Huh. I don't know. I'm gonna have to... I don't know. I don't know what to say. My brain is expanded 3 times its size, but it doesn't know where everything is stored right now. But, well... Alright, well... I guess this is the end of it. Thank you all for watching. Honestly, this was a... this was an insane game. I'm so glad I finally played it. Now, eventually I gotta play the sequel, but I am sorry to say, but that will probably be a while until that does happen, as there are a few more games I am wanting to stream as well after beating this. So, thank you all for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it, because I sure as hell did. Still a little confused. I'm probably going to try to look more into the rest of the ending to kind of understand it fully, because there's just a few timeline issues I'm just a little confused on. But I'm sure if I kind of like, you know, get the gist of what's going on, then I'll understand everything the way it's supposed to be done. So, anyways, I'll see you next time. Later.